Have you ever worried about getting a bad grade, making a mistake at work, or even what others think about your fashion choices? We all do. Almost every other person goes through the same self-implemented imprisonment, and we do so because we think that every person in this world is looking at us, thinking about us, and judging us. But what if I told you that in the grand scheme of things, these worries don't really matter? Think about it. The test you stressed over in high school probably doesn't affect your life today. That embarrassing moment at a party that no one else even remembers, or 99% of the mistakes you made growing up did not have a considerable impact on your life. Life is full of little pressures and anxieties that seem huge at the moment but fade into insignificance over time. In the grand scheme of things, there are only a few things that actually matter: your health, your character, your relationships, and most importantly, how happy you are in your life. So here's the key point. Almost everything is temporary and won't matter in the next few years. So relax. Embracing this idea can be incredibly liberating, as it frees us from the constant pressure to be perfect and meet external expectations. This shift in perspectives allows us to focus on what genuinely brings us happiness and fulfillment, making life more enjoyable and less stressful. Once we truly understand this perspective, we can easily let go of the idea of perfectionism, which can be extremely liberating. Think about the times you've stressed over getting everything just right. Whether it's a project at work, a school assignment, or even hosting a perfect dinner party. And now, think about the moments when you weren't able to achieve perfection in those things. What were the consequential effects of not achieving perfectionism in your life? Barely noticeable, right? Well, that's because those tiny imperfections and mistakes often go unnoticed by others and don't have lasting consequences. Embracing the idea that it's okay not to be perfect allows you to enjoy life more and focus on what truly brings you joy, rather than being bogged down all the time by the pressure to be flawless. People who worry about every tiny matter often find themselves missing out on the present because they are too busy worrying about the past or the future. They often get so wrapped up in their thoughts and anxieties that they forget to enjoy the here and now. However, when you realize that many of these worries won't matter in the long run, it becomes easier to live in the moment. Imagine savoring a delicious meal without thinking about tomorrow's diet, or enjoying a walk in the park without stressing over next week's deadlines. By letting go of the pressure and embracing the present, you allow yourself to find joy in the simple, everyday moments that truly make life special. Social media has drafted us all in a race. Every person wants to become a millionaire in their 20s and is willing to devote their entire time to achieve their goals. There is nothing wrong with being ambitious, but most of us get so caught up in chasing big goals and stressing over minor details that we forget to enjoy the simple pleasures in life. Whether it's savoring a warm cup of coffee in the morning, taking a leisurely walk in the park, or laughing with friends and family. These moments remind us that happiness doesn't always come from grand achievements. Embracing these simple pleasures can bring a sense of contentment and fulfillment, reminding us that sometimes the little things in life matter the most. Life becomes much more relaxing when we learn to laugh ourselves. Imagine you trip and spill coffee all over yourself in front of a crowd, or you accidentally send a silly text to the wrong person. These moments can feel mortifying at the time, And you may think people are going to remember this embarrassing moment of yours forever. But in reality, no one really cares, as these tiny moments are just small blips in the grand tapestry of life. Learning to laugh at yourself in these situations is incredibly freeing. When we realize that these little embarrassments don't really matter in the long run, it becomes easier to shrug them off and even find humor in them. When we think about how much of life is out of our control, it can be overwhelming. We cannot control the weather, other people's opinions, or even the unexpected challenges that come our way. But what if we stopped stressing about these uncontrollable factors and focused on what we can control, like our reactions, our attitudes, and our efforts? Instead of worrying about a sudden rain ruining your outdoor plans, you can choose to enjoy a cozy day indoors with good books or a movie. Instead of stressing over someone else's opinion about your outfit, you can focus on wearing what makes you feel confident and comfortable. Life is all about perspectives, and by controlling it, we can choose to find more happiness and peace. Realizing that much of what we stress about doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things.